Hello, you guys. So I'm really excited because I want to talk about what is coming for the February watercolor monthly subscription from jackswatercolor.com. I just finished creating these amazing handmade watercolors. They're granulating, and we're going to learn how to paint cherry blossoms for a month. Literally cherry blossom trees and cherry blossoms. We're going to experiment with some beautiful papers like Arches and Fabriano to celebrate these gorgeous watercolors. Every monthly subscriber is going to get a special free gift that is coming with this set, as well as these beautiful watercolors. And you're going to get multiple lessons and video on how to paint cherry blossom trees, how to be more observant of nature, and just, from start to finish, a really, really nice, beautiful subscription. I love the colors. I'm so excited about them. I'm just actually going to paint them in my log here so that I can keep track of the months to months in the logs. So how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well and you're enjoying this bright new time. It has been really fun in the studio. Certainly a challenge to create a set of colors myself because I've been doing them and doing a lot of handmade. I usually do when I paint. See, I usually create my own colors when I paint. And you guys are always asking me for the colors. So I think part of the subscription is for you to just kind of experience a lot of color. So every month I send a bunch of different colors, whether it be from Schminke or My Mary Blue, any of the professional grade watercolors, so that you can experience them in sampler packs and try out some different papers, get a nice brush and like a little cute tin to keep everything in, and just be able to even get supplies in your monthly subscription. So it's kind of like Christmas for us all every month when they arrive, right? Nicely gifted and wrapped, and just so that you can really enjoy them. But this month, instead of just making typically one watercolor, I made you a set of handmade honey watercolors. These are highly pigmented and beautifully granulating. They're specially designed to granulate really, really well on just about any paper. This one that I'm working on here, you're going to get in the kit, which is Fabriano. It's 100% cotton, 300 grams and 140-pound cold press. It's beautiful. It's got a nice texture, but not too much so that the watercolor can settle. As you can see, I've got some cobalt in here that is a little heavier granulating so that it can settle into the crevices, and then we add some water. A little goes a long way with the watercolors that I specifically make, so you don't have to really be heavy-handed with them. And so if you want them, definitely sign up to get the set. We are almost at full capacity for this month. And, I only can pour so many as my little hands will do. So I've been pouring for a few days now straight, and I'm pretty exhausted. So I think we're going to have a cutoff point somewhere in here. As always, you're paying around the 15th of the month, between the 15th and the 20th of the month prior to get the next subscription, because that has to be poured, it has to dry and be assembled, and that takes about 3 to 4 weeks to do it. So if you're curious as to why you haven't received a subscription if you paid last month, that's because it takes 4 weeks for us to get these out, and they are all made to order. So I sometimes try to keep a few extra on hand for stragglers that come in late, or for you to maybe purchase if we have any extra. But for the most part, everybody must be paid about 30 days in advance. So check your billing dates, and that should clarify when you're being billed and how long before you receive something. So the monthly watercolor subscription was originally done for my students of my watercolor classes because they had trouble getting supplies, and moreover, they wanted the certain kinds of paints that I was painting with. And so I kind of said, okay, well, I've got all these in my studio. I'll start sending some out, but it grew a lot quicker and a lot more than I had anticipated. So here we are. But I'm enjoying it and I like doing it every month, and it's fun to have a nice little lesson with you. So far I've got this beautiful cobalt with a tealy blue color. It's just heavily granulating, and to me it's the most gorgeous color of teal and turquoise mixed together. It does make a fabulous sky, but you can also do a lot of other things with it. You can even mix it into some really beautiful granulating greens with any kind of yellow. You can mix it into some beautiful granulating purples if you just add any kind of reds. So if you want to add like a pyrrole red, you're going to get more of those wine leaning reds. If you want to go with like a pinky red, you're going to get more like a quin rose, you're going to get more of those really rosy tones. But this is a great mixing color, actually, you know? So you'll really enjoy that for sure. And then I have just the most fantastic orange that I have ever come up with so far. I really love this, and I've done quite a few oranges. I'm a big fan also of some of the oranges out there by like Mission Gold, and Daniel Smith has a nice one called Aussie Red. And this is kind of in that vein, except it's heavily granulating, and I'm so excited about that granulation because it's hard to get and very expensive to get a granulating orange. Can I just remind you also, did the prices go up? Because as I'm looking at prices for like all of the brands, Schminke and everything, I feel like compared to last year when I did a lot of purchasing, the prices are in some cases like almost double depending on the watercolor company. So I'm wondering what's going on and if you're experiencing that where you are as well, because I sure am. Look at that. Isn't this beautiful? Can you see it? Sorry if I'm painting off screen. I'm over here by my microphone. Let me put this in and change the angle a little bit. There we go. Okay, there you are. So this orange is stunning. It is a beautiful orange. And in its lightest wash, it's still got a very orange kind of yellow undertone. And then in the darker areas of the wash, it it's so pretty. As you can see, it kind of looks a lot more pink in here, but it isn't. It is very much a fiery orange. So I think perfect for cherry blossoms and to be such a gorgeous, rich color in this kit. And as you can see, it's granulating. It's a granulating orange. I'm really excited about that one. I love it. I think it's so, so pretty. Then, of course, every cherry blossom must have a cherry blossom red or like a cherry blossom pink. So I have been playing with this gorgeous, bright, warm, bright pink shade. And these are kind of more warm colors, especially that warm brown. That warm brown is stunning, right? The warm brown is a heavy granulating brown that has a beautiful mass tone, a little bit of an orange undertone to it, and it really is going to make the tree trunks just come alive. And I think, you know, having browns, I'm not a huge brown person. So if I make a brown that I don't just mix really quickly on paper, it's going to have those gorgeous, gorgeous warm tone qualities. This one has a touch of orange in there just to kind of like enhance it. Can you see how pretty it is as it's got like that vein? But it also has that automatic like deeper tone that settles into the paper with the granulation. And that is going to help you paint those barks, you know, and just automatically paint it for you. Because when you have that lovely tonal change in there, you don't have to start mixing in and, you know, buying a whole bunch of colors. So this is kind of like a brown that you would have to use 3 colors to get. You would have to have more of a warm brown and maybe a burnt umber as well as a black in order to put together a brown that painted so well like that. And let me just show you as it starts. You can see as it's starting to dry, it heavily granulates. But then you go back and literally you can take more of it and just swipe so easily around, and you're going to get all of those lovely tonal values that you need in your barks and in your trees. So this is going to be excellent for light layers so that you can get all that beautiful lusciousness so easily with just one paint. And that's what I love to build, paints that kind of do a lot for you just within one paint. So when you're dealing with the Jack's watercolors, a little goes a long way, as you can tell, and like you can build them up to get those lovely different tones without actually having to clean your brush or switch. You know, you can have a smaller palette signature, take these things with you, and just really be able to play and mix them together so well. You see how nicely that orange builds up? So you have like a really big range within that same color, and it's granulating. So this cherry blossom red is got beautiful bright pink undertones, but it is a light fast pink. So as opposed to the fluorescence, it's got that brightness that you see in like a quin, but it's not actually a quin red. It is a pink. And I love this cherry blossom. So this is our cherry blossom main color, and it is granulating pink. It has a lovely wash, like a light wash tone. Can you see that right there? And then it builds up to that really bright, beautiful, bold pink. One of my favorites. I love the way it turned out. I really worked hard on them, I'm telling you. And to get this many out in a subscription, I don't know that I'm going to attack that challenge again. I'll have to think about it because it's been really a lot to be able to mix this much in these batches. So this next one is a shadow color. Now this is going to be a very light, kind of like a potter's pink, but with a really beautiful mauve tone. My thought process in this is we need a shadow color where you don't have to mix the brown into the same palette. So I wanted to design something that was significantly different, but that you could paint like very light, beautiful buds on the cherry blossoms. You can use this one as the center of the cherry blossoms, and you can build it up for those nice little like areas of shades and shadows. So this is a shadow pink, and I called this Shadow Blossom. It's beautiful. I've not made this one exactly before, so if you're a collector of my watercolor, this is, all of these actually are not available yet. They have not been available in the line. These are just going to be coming to you through the monthly subscription. So you would have to sign up in order to get this lovely set. I'm so excited. Look at how gorgeous this is. And so as you build up the mass tone, you can go from this really beautiful light pink shade and then start adding darks even while wet. But you know, when it's wet, they'll kind of dissipate and they'll like have this beautiful look to it. But then as you see them dry, if you want to go back and add another layer, it will go really deep. So you'll get those really beautiful, almost like black pink shadow shades. I mean, it's stunning. It's just a stunning watercolor. I love it. I mean, I really think this is a palette that I could just paint with all the time. If I just add like a yellow to be able to mix some greens, you know, that would be really fun to use. Okay, so what didn't I paint yet? I think I didn't paint this one, and this one is going to be more of a blush pink. And this is for the lighter areas, although we could use this pink as well in very light, but I wanted something without any black in it so that you're just going to not have any shadow. This is just one of those beautiful pale pinks, and it is granulating. So I would say this is the closest that I come to a potter's pink, and being a lover of pinks and brights for florals, my potter's pink is of course going to be more on the pink side than anything else. It's not going to be on the brown side because I just am not a big fan of brownie potter's pinks. I don't know why. I feel like they're maybe I just like doing brighter florals, you know. So this is going to be, I would say, more of my potter's pink. It's really pretty. Really, really pretty. So I call this blush, and I think it's really stunning. Now, there is a color that I've been playing with, and I don't think I can't offer it, I think, in the subscription because I don't have enough of it. So we're going to have to see what happens. But let me get a piece of paper because I do want to show it to you and see what you think of it. This one, well, you know how there is titanium buff in a lot of the lines? I was thinking of coming up with a shade that is a titanium blush, like a titanium pink. So I did this titanium blush color. So you can see this is toned paper. So the paper, actually this is a natural 100% cotton paper. So it is slightly different. Can you see the color though? But this is a titanium white. So it is an opaque kind of, you can definitely lighten it up just with water. But can you see the blush in it? Let me see if I could get something maybe. Oh, I know what. Let's see here. Let me get my antique paper out so that you can see what this color looks like. Okay. So I have been playing with what I would consider titanium colors. So there's the blush. It's just a beautiful titanium pink. So instead of titanium or buff titanium, this is a pink version of it. I have not yet mixed up my version of buff titanium, but I thought this was really, really pretty. And I had started out this set kind of looking at offering this in the subscription as the highlight. But then I thought, it's really taxing to make. And to make that amount of it would be hard. So I think what I'll do is I'll just put these samples up on the website. And I don't know, maybe we'll make it so anybody who adds to their order, when you add to your order, it comes through me. It doesn't get sent out from the fulfillment center. So that means I can add things to the order. So I might just give this sample of titanium blush to anybody who adds to their order this month. And that way your watercolor subscription will be filled by my studio and instead of the fulfillment center, and I will be able to add in a sample of the titanium blush. Isn't that pretty? I think it's so pretty. So if you're a titanium buff person, where you like the buff titanium, that might be something you want to try out, and it's right there. But I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It took me literally 2 hours to mix 9 rows of that. It was so labor intensive to get it finely milled and get it ground down. So it's not something I can do for the entire subscription right now, but who knows? Maybe I can find ways to, if you have any suggestions as to how I can possibly bang out more quantities of my watercolor, I am so open to those suggestions because I cannot make this stuff fast. It is very time consuming. And I guess it's because I'm very demanding on the watercolor and I want the granulation, but then I want the smoothness. I want it to re-wet quickly. I want all of those beautiful variations in the colors. So I am a little bit demanding on my own watercolor. There's no additives, no preservatives, and no fillers. So we're talking about a lot of pigment being used, a lot of it being milled in, and it's really tough. It can be a labor to get it all just right. But I think I did want to do something special for Valentine's Day for you guys who have been so supportive of my watercolor store and the lessons and everything you've been doing. And I thought that it'd be fun just to kind of tackle this challenge and mix you a custom set of colors. So this is my log here in one of my sketchbooks. It's just dedicated to all the subscriptions that we do. Oh, I wanted to show you something too. I was talking about an advent calendar the other day, and let me show you what I came up with. So this is my first ever advent calendar, or the start of it. Um, so the people who have ordered this are going to get this one as the first delivery. And what I decided to do was not put numbers on the calendar so that no matter what date you receive it or purchase it, you will be able to just open it this way. You know what I mean? And start it at any Sunday of the month and then continue on. And I have several other um, nice designs that I've made. So the first one is the Day of Bliss. Days of Bliss is around a beautiful list of watercolor in ranges. So this one has my watercolor in the first row. It has Daniel Smith in the second row. It has Schminke, and it has White Knights and Sennelier. So it's got a really, really beautiful range of a few different things in there. Then I'm working on 4 or 3 others. The other ones I'm working on is the Days of Heaven, which is more like blues and greens oriented, maybe some lavenders, some really pretty colors that you might not have discovered. And this is a mix of colors, right? So it's a great way to experience all kinds of different watercolors. Then the next one is 30 Days of Luck, which of course is going to be centered around greens, yellows, all those beautiful, natural, bright, vivacious nature colors. And then Days of Love. So this will probably be a lot of beautiful pinks and reds and like brownie pinks and tones like that, like nice warm tones. And probably some lavenders too. Anything that's kind of like more pink based or red based would go on this card. So I kind of did them in themes like that so that they weren't locked down to a particular month as an advent calendar. And that way, no matter when you feel like buying it, you can get one. So far I have 4. In total, I probably will design 6 of these, hopefully 12, depending on the demand. So if you want to pick them up, they're available on my website. I haven't finished all of them yet. So far, I've just finished the first one, which is the Days of Bliss. So that's the first one that's going to get shipped. But you can go ahead and sign up for any of them if you want, or you can do a monthly subscription to get them every month. It just depends. And it comes with a lot of stuff. There's not just this, there's actually a big packet of all kinds of goodies that you can enjoy and have a good time with. So I'm curious to see how that goes off and if it's something that many of you feel like enjoying and loving. There's that blush on the natural paper. My lights are a little bit bright, but it's got that really beautiful, see the blushy tone to it? It's really, really pretty. Okay, so that's my watercolor subscription coming out for February. I'm really excited for you to get it. Again, inside the subscription package, there is some fun surprises for Valentine's Day. So you'll be really excited to get some little free gifts in there that I just think you'll really enjoy them. These colors. I'm going to tell you, I'm so happy with these colors. I couldn't be happier, really. I'm like a kid in a candy store right now because I like them so much. I really do. Okay, so this darker one here is the shadow color. Isn't that just beautiful? So pretty. Oh, I didn't realize you can't see. So pretty. I always like the pinks to spill out by accident, by happy accident, because I'm actually cleaning up my pour here and taking samples, but you can see a little goes a long way, and they re-wet just beautifully so that you can just build them up. So pretty. Okay, so hate to spoil the surprise, but I thought it'd be easier if you saw what's ahead in February, because you probably don't want to miss this. It's really gorgeous. And if you haven't signed up yet, this would definitely be a bonus to sign up for. And if you have signed up and you were thinking of paring down that you have enough watercolor, you might not want to miss February because it is a custom handmade watercolor set that you should really have. And we're going to be doing beautiful cherry blossoms. I mean, like, so far I have cherry blossom tree challenge card that we're going to evolve. I have a cherry blossom challenge card where we're going to learn how to draw and also paint these. And we're also going to be learning about tonal values. So on one of the cards in the back, it has a map, a black and white map of tonal values. So not only are we drawing the cherry blossoms, but we're also going to discuss how to get these lovely, lush tonal values very loosely through your cherry blossoms. So you're going to be getting these cards in the subscription explaining how to draw and how to get the perspective on your cherry blossoms. Then you get a list of the colors, you get the colors themselves, and then the videos. Okay, that's it for our upcoming subscription. Now you've kind of got an explanation on dates, how this thing is shipped out. If you do add to it, then you will get tracking because it comes from my studio directly, and I actually have my hands on the subscription for you. So I'm adding things to the package. I have to pull that out of fulfillment. So we need to have a cutoff date for that. In order to get this subscription, you will have to make sure that you are signed up or paid before January 1st. So we only have a few more days here. After that, it needs time to dry, and I only have so many. So it will be first come, first serve. And if you're signing up really, really late and you're just hearing about it now, go ahead and try and sign up, and I will do my best to get one to you because I do have a few extra of them. But do try to sign up today if you can so that you don't miss it. Otherwise, if you're seeing this really, really late, possibly there might be a cherry blossom set coming to the website. I'm not sure. I can't really mix any more of this specific set. It wouldn't be this one. It would be a similar set maybe by Daniel Smith or by a mix of brands that had, you know, like a range of colors, like a brown, a blush pink, and orange. So I could do a set, but not with Jack's watercolor, I don't think. So again, sign up for the subscription. Lucky you if you're still in and you're going to receive it automatically. I love you guys for all your support and your help. Don't forget, prints of my work are available at Jack's Watercolor as well for raising funds for beautiful animals who have been abused or need rehabilitation. And currently I'm working to raise funds with my print sales for a lovely husky mom that was found on the streets over Christmas. And she had puppies and she was emaciated, yet she was still feeding those puppies, literally wasting away while she was taking care of them. They found her. They are currently keeping her with one of their Husky Haven staff, and they're in a house safe with the puppies while she gains some weight and tries to get back on her feet before they're going to be rehabbed and go out for adoption. So I'm raising funds for that, so I hope you can maybe support it. I'll put a bunch of cherry blossom photos and things like that up in January so that you have some new prints to pick out. They are collector's edition prints, so on the back it does have a number on them and tells you all about being part of my Paint for Paws project. I love you guys again, and thank you so much for your support. Enjoy the watercolor and have a great day painting.